Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. We are joined by Representative Jeff Magrum today. Welcome back to the show. We should almost put a nameplate on that chair. You've been here a few times now.
Yeah, I appreciate all your hospitality and having me here again and discussing important things like politics. And this is an important time to be discussing what we're going to talk about, the redistricting of the entire state. So a lot of people maybe don't understand how it all works, and why we had the special session was mainly for redistricting the state. After the census, they come up with a new count of the people, and so the goal is to have 16,500 people in every district. So they had to readjust county lines, and some people would say that they gerrymandered to make it more difficult for some of us to get reelected, and that's debatable on who was actually in charge of drawing the maps. So we've heard that the National Democrat Party actually helped the State Democrat Party do a lot of the redistricting and drawing of lines, and then our legislature adopted most of their plan and made minor adjustments.
So how could that be if we're primarily a red state? How could anybody see that or have that as an oversight?
Well, I don't understand it neither, but the Democrat Party is small. I mean, we have 14 Democrat members to the House out of 94, and they seem to have way more power than they should have. And there's more conservatives than there are Democrats, so we could actually become the minority party if we would create another party. And I think Charles Tuttle has created this Trump America First Party, which he's kind of onto that, because the Republican Party in the state, it's almost like a mix of conservatives and very liberal people, and the Democrat Party is almost non-existent. But for some reason, our leadership tends to favor the Democrats more than the conservatives.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But I just want to make a comment, and I don't mean to, you guys should be asking questions, and it's like, I just rattle too much.
No.
But I worry about the word Trump party, because there are a lot of conservatives and a lot of Republicans that aren't Trump fans, and we don't want to steer that group away either.
Well, it depends where you're at. If you feel like the Republican Party in the state is lost its way.
And it has.
Then, at one time, this is not new to the state. At one time, the Republican Party got so dysfunctional that they actually created the Nonpartisan League. And so it was a non-party group of individuals, and they took over the state politics. And there was a couple governors, I don't know the exact history, but there was a couple governors that were elected NPL. And then the Republican Party gained strength, and they took back what they had lost. And then the Democrat Party picked up the NPL logo, and they've had it ever since. And some of the Democrats I've talked to have told me they're not Democrats, they're NPL. They don't believe in the leftist. The Democrat Party has gone so far left that they don't even want anything to do with it. So right now, North Dakota politics is a mess. We have a lot of Democrats in the Republican Party, and they're attacking the conservatives, and then we have two factions. We have the Bergamites versus the Becker conservatives, is what they call us, but we are serving the people. That's all our goal is.
Right.
We're not following any particular individual, and so this redistricting, it seems like it's definitely an attack on the conservatives, because they've eliminated 26, they've moved me into a whole new district, and others. There's several of us that have gotten moved. They've subdivided up in the
I'm going to have
reservation.
let's pull up the map while he talks about that, so you guys can kind of get a picture of it.
Yeah, so they subdivided the Newtown area into two districts, and the Devil's Lake area, District 9, into two districts. And then the argument is, they say that they were going to get sued by somebody, and so they had to have these sub-districts. But I personally believe that it was an attack on my fellow Representative Terry Jones, because it'll make it very difficult for him to get elected. And so, because he's a good conservative and he does a good job, and so it seems like anybody that's really trying to serve the people becomes a target. And that's what I've seen I've been in 5 years. And it seems like anybody who like, I had a lot of people ask me to present these two bills that I talked about last time for election integrity. And it seemed like they were mad at me for bringing this up, but all it was I'm the servant, so they're asking me to bring these bills forward, so I do it, and for public discussion, and many people don't know that during the rally we had that Monday morning, or was it Monday at noon, for the anti-vaccine rally. We were in the Capitol debating which bills would be brought forward. So right during the rally, I missed most of the rally because my two bills I had to present to the Delayed Bills Committee, and they nixed them both. You know, they just thought they were, and one of them could have been brought forward so people could get it off their chest at least and say, this is what we've seen happen in our district or in our county, because I've heard of various reports of mischief. And so that's really all people are concerned about, our election. And without a good election, we really don't have anything.
Sure.
Right.
So then we only have a couple minutes left in this segment. Quickly tell us about 1513 and 1504.
So 1513 was a bill, it's, let's see, what one you have up there?
An act to create and enact subsection 5 of subsection 16.1-03-07 of the North Dakota Century Code relating to district party organization, to amend and reenact section 161.103-17 of the North Dakota Century Code relating to political party reorganization after redistricting, and to provide an effective date.
So this bill, what this bill does is it gives the state party chairman the power to appoint board or chairman for each district.
And that's
now,
ridiculous.
Well, it is, because it's never happened before. And the fear is that the state party is doing this to get certain people in place. Because right now we would have had, they need 2/3 of the vote of all the sitting chairmen in 47 districts to be able to move the state convention till after the primary. Right now, the way it's set up, it's before the primary. So if they get rid of certain chairmen and appoint other chairmen that will play their game, then they'll be able to move the North Dakota GOP convention after the primary, which will make it of no effect. Because then they can put up all the money they want in the primary and get them seats, and the convention will just be a good old boys pat on the back type club, you know.
And what I would be worried about if I was any of those people in those districts that are getting these new chairmen, all right, if they're appointed, it's ridiculous because it's not the will of the people. And I would think that in 2 years, they're going to be voted out and it's going to get stronger. So they need people in there that understand it and are voted by the people, not chosen by one person.
And Mary, that was actually taken care of when the governor tried to appoint in District 8 after the young man died.
Yes.
That
Yes.
was taken to the
Sure.
Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said the power is in the districts.